Hello, all you fat, furious, and F sons of bitches. This is Mike Grandino posting episode 9, Fat, Furious, and Effed. Want to say hello, TGIF, happy weekend, etc., etc. All of you lovely, wonderful people out there that are super bored or whatever and checking out my blog here. Today is Friday, June 24th, or July 24th, rather. Yeah. And welcome to another edition. I'm going to get right into it here. People keep telling me I need to stop apologizing for things and that. Again, it's impromptu. I just start recording when I record and I end when I end. And, the world keeps going. So, anyway, let's get into it. First beef of the day, of the week, whatever. This term, Karen. I keep hearing about. I guess it means like a white person that's a crybaby or, I don't know, some derogatory BS. So let me get this straight. So people using this term Karen for white people now are the same ones advocating Black Lives Matter or, this life matters or that one matters, etc. Or the N-word's bad, or calling somebody, like a derogatory Spanish word, or Italian, or, WAP, or Guinea, whatever. I used to get called those names when I was a kid. Big freaking deal. I'm going to tell you people right now, this whole Karen BS, you better stop your shit. Because you're just perpetuating the cycle of BS, racial separation, and nonsense that the powers that be want us to keep continuing. Please stop. We don't need the name calling, the social BS, and especially the bullying and the racial separation division that we already have. For crying out loud, we have federal agents going around tear gassing and rounding up people. I guess the mayor of Portland, Oregon was tear gassed the other day. I'm going to say, you know what? You should be a leader for your people. Regardless of what happens out there and how you feel, everyone at large needs to be protected and made to feel safe. And going out there advocating some of these groups is not making people feel safe. So you got tear gassed. Oh, freaking well. Be a better leader. Maybe the people out there will find a better leader. Same thing with Chicago. They're daring President Trump. Come to Chicago, the mayor goes, tear gas me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? People are just asking for trouble. And here in New York, Governor Cuomo been catfighting, arguing through social media with President Trump for months and months and months. And it's no wonder why New York State isn't going to get bailed out like other states. It's not about red or blue. It's about working together to achieve the goals of everyone. I should have to say this. We're all freaking adults, especially our politicians, because it's your sworn duty to protect the Constitution and your constituents. Hello? Bunch of Karens? I don't care what color you are, you're a Karen. I shouldn't be saying that after I'm advocating we shouldn't be using that term. But it's not like any of these terms are going to go away. The Karen, the N-word, this word, the whatever. I'm not going to get into it. You all know the derogatory terms out there because people have used them for generations. Will continue to use them, and make up other things and kind of go from there. What I'm saying is, treat people like you want to be treated, right? Pretty basic concept. I've always lived by this concept. I don't want people harassing, fighting with me, going behind my back, so I don't do it to other people. I don't know if you believe in the laws of karma or reincarnation like the Hindus and other religions believe that what you do in this life comes back to you tenfold in the next life, but I believe there might be something to that. Who am I to say? Maybe we all come back. Maybe we're all going to come back as a leotard or something, or we're all going to come back as a Karen or a deplorable or whatever. I'm just saying, please, for crying out loud, don't keep perpetuating this whole Karen Black Lives Movement thing. Second beef, Black Lives Matter. I'm going to tell you all this again. All lives matter. Doesn't matter what color you are, who you are, where you're from, your religion. All lives matter. And if you people can't get that through your heads, then maybe you shouldn't be around. You know what? I'm just saying. This society, there's such a huge mix. It's not about one race or population being in a country, especially a melting pot like the United States here. I'm just so tired of all the hatred and the freaking bigotry and, the politics and, these fat cats keep getting fat catter and, they have the means to survive and go on without us. Should, God forbid, something happen, we go to war. That EMP bomb that allegedly China wants to use and shoot over the U.S. to knock out all of our electronics, those people are going to have the means to go on. The rest of us, man, it's going to be a fight for survival. So I'm urging everyone to please come together, work out your differences, because the thing is, we all have to work and live together. It doesn't matter what type of neighborhood you work in, live in. We're all in each other's faces. This is what society's become. I just hate the whole double standard, the whole irony, the whole... It's okay for one person or one group to say something disparaging to another, but it's not okay for that group to say anything back. Come on. People, teach your kids better. Teach your grandkids, your nieces, nephews better than that. It wasn't like this when I was a kid. I'm sorry. I didn't have the best life growing up, but I'll tell you what. People looked out for one another. Young people respected their freaking elders, unlike today. And when somebody told you to do something, you freaking did it. End of story. It's whether it was right or wrong, you had respect. We lost that respect somewhere between the 90s to present day. We don't have respect for our elders. How many people walk, elderly people across the street, open the door, help somebody else bring their groceries in? I hardly ever see it. And I always try to make it my policy to help out our seniors when I can, and not go out at a beach party without a mask on and get COVID, then take it back to grandma, grandpa, mom, or dad, and have them end up on a respirator fighting for their lives a week or two later. Yeah, it's another statement. So what? I guess that's my third beef. Young people out there, you think you're fucking invulnerable. Excuse my language, but it is what it is. Oh, I'm young, I'll survive, I won't get the COVID. I got a news flash for all of you, having worked in the healthcare industry. I've seen some of the long-term effects of this COVID-19 and other mutations, and I'm telling you, people under 20, people 20 years old, people over 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years old, this virus does not discriminate. If you get it, there's a good chance, if it's bad enough, that you're going to die from it. I mean, the fatality rate is incredible for this thing, what it is. People are like, oh, the media is just hyping it up, and COVID doesn't exist, it's just the government trying to control us. If I could drag some of you people into a hospital and show you a COVID patient laying there on a respirator fighting for their lives, I bet you shut the hell up and try to do what you could to help yourselves and your friends and family. Because that's what it's about. That's always what I've been about. That's what my mission is. Fat, Furious, and Effed, it's just a catchphrase. My thing is unity, coming together, and breaking down the bridges of bullying and hatred and social divide, etc. I've always considered myself a social person. Not everyone is. That's cool. Everyone has their own thing. But I'm just saying, we're here right now in this body that you have, I have. We're here in this moment together. Why not make the most of it? Life is too short for hatred, biasness. And I just hope, and yeah, I'm taking a pause here. I just hope that someday soon people will realize that yes, we need to take a step back and try to do the right thing and get back to things. If you didn't grow up in the 80s, that's cool. I'm not picking on younger people, but honestly, they're the ones from day one that's been setting the trend for this whole COVID spread. They go out to the parks, the beaches. Oh, I don't need a mask. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. There are 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 80-year-olds thinking the same thing. So 1% chance I'll get it. Depending on your 1% chance, your population in your area, if you got 1 million people and the area you live in, that 1% chance turns into what? 1,000 people that might have it. All it takes is one person, this many, to catch it. We had a couple instances in Syracuse. One kid caught it, spread it to 30 other people. Well, guess what? Now you got 30 people spreading it to God only knows how many. We finally, because of people wearing masks here in New York, were able to get this COVID under control to some degree. And I'm telling you, it was scary as shit, people. I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat it. Yeah, you can catch COVID like you would the flu, the cold, some other bacteria, virus infection, whatever, but the damages from this particular virus are long-lasting and definitely will put a damper in the rest of your life. I've seen people out there that have 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds having heart attacks, got COVID, their blood thickened up so much it clotted, went to their heart, had a stroke, it went into their lung, went into their brain. People having long-term cognitive issues now where they're losing short-term, long-term memory, losing basic motor function. Be smart. If you don't want to wear a mask, obviously the Constitution doesn't specifically say that, because I'm sure they had better things to do, like survive than think about COVID and the flu and cold. But I'm like, use some common sense, man. Don't use a mask, stay away from people, but cover up, have something available. Respect other people. That's my message. Respect yourselves, respect everyone else, and you'll be respected. I'm going to keep this short. It is Friday after all. Here somewhere in the world, East Coast, New York, yay, TGIF, can't wait for Monday, said no human being ever. But I hope you all have a good weekend. Please think about the message. Respect one, respect all. I love you guys. Have a nice weekend. Check out my webpage, Michael, Michael, A. Rendino, RENDINO.com. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you next week. Thanks.